In the Unresolved Problems segment tonight, a massive leak of American military documents from the war in Afghanistan has been published in the New York Times. The Times got access to the records from WikiLeaks. It's a website committed to leaking secret corporate and government documents and information, often involving America's war on terror. The documents appear to back up long-held suspicions that Pakistan's military spy service may be secretly helping the Taliban insurgency. Great. Joining us now from Washington to assess the damage is Fox News strategic analyst, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. Now, Ralph, I read the Washington Post, the New York Times today, all the accounts of what these WikiLeaks seem to say. I also have in my hands your column of tomorrow. Basically, you're saying, why is anyone surprised? I mean, this is what we should have expected all along. Why are you not surprised by this information?
Well, because I've been hearing for years from my friends on the ground in Afghanistan who've been in and out. I personally have worked with the Pakistanis back in the 90s, and I've been arguing for years that the Pakistanis are helping the Taliban kill and wound American troops. And the outrage here isn't just that the government, first the Bush, now especially the Obama administration, has been hiding Pakistani misdeeds and malfeasance and murder from the American people. It's that they've been lying to themselves. And I argue with generals and others on this. They keep saying, well, you have to give the Pakistanis a chance. They're going to come around. They'll see the light. They're going to come around. That's like dating a wildly promiscuous nutcase and expecting your patience and forbearance to convert them into a model spouse. The real world doesn't work like that. And our response to the Pakistanis backing the Taliban and shielding al-Qaeda has been to give them another $6 billion. Tell me how this works.
Well, Ralph, just so people understand this, we give money to the security agencies, intelligence agencies in Pakistan, and in this case, in this report, the $1 billion that we gave them, in part, was used by them to set up these meetings, right, with the Taliban insurgents. So we had Pakistani officials meeting with Taliban insurgents and talking about ways to kill our troops. I mean, I think people listening to this across the country think, what's left is right, what's up is down, what's black is white. This is not supposed to happen this way, but you've been warning about this for years, and this is exactly the kind of stuff that increases public cynicism and engenders a lack of confidence and a lack of willingness to go forward with this war, is it not?
Sure, it is. And there are several things in play. One is that Washington, and especially the Obama administration, are utterly out of strategic ideas. Obama never cared about Afghanistan. It was a campaign tool. He was going to fix it. And now he's the dog that caught the fire truck, and he's worried about the political aspects of it. But beyond that, this is a real war with real soldiers and Marines, airmen, sailors, dying and being wounded by our so-called allies who were not only funding, but giving them weapons. And the Pakistani intelligence agency is called the Department of Inter-Services Intelligence, ISI. These guys are lower than scum. They're infiltrated, have been for years, by Islamist fanatics. And they use proxies, they use ostensibly retired ISI agents, so they have plausible or implausible denial. And we know this. We know it. We've known it for years. And we keep covering up for the Pakistanis.
So, Ralph, we know that they are using heat-seeking missiles against, according to one report that seemed pretty credible, against one Chinook helicopter. The report that the U.S. government put out did not reveal that they were taken down by a heat-seeking missile. That's certainly of concern. If we're getting reports, and again, some of these documents span the Bush administration and the Obama administration, just to be clear.
Sure.
But if we're getting information like that, when our soldiers are dying, and we're getting the false information, whether you're a conservative or a liberal, I mean, that's concerning.
Yeah, it is. And I'm personally not as worried as some about the heat-seeking missiles. I think the Taliban or the Mujahideen had some stingers left. We haven't seen a lot of this. There have been a couple instances. What concerns me more is that our government lied about it. Now, Laura,
yeah.
You can tell I'm a little hot about this. I do not believe in leaks. I would execute leakers. They're betraying our country. But let's hope something good comes of this, and that our government, the people who are safe and fat and rich in Washington, face the facts that our troops on the ground are in a real war, and we owe them at least honesty. In the White House.
Ralph, there are reports that bin Laden is in Pakistan. There's a second-hand reports, not as reliable as some of the other reports, but that his money man is getting money and getting weapons from North Korea and Iran, moving back and forth between Iran and North Korea. I mean, that's pretty explosive. Again, we don't know whether that's true or not, but, you know, meanwhile, bin Laden apparently is having meetings in Quetta, Pakistan, and, you know, he's out and about, according to these documents.
Yeah, Laura, I cannot believe that 9 years, or almost 9 years after 9/11, the Pakistani ISI, who have a finger in every little tiny pie in Pakistan, that they don't know where bin Laden and Zawahiri are. We have wed in Pakistan a vile, unfaithful, duplicitous partner, and we got to dump him.
The question is, what next? Colonel Peters, we appreciate it. Thank you.